one of the events that happened in the US, I was working out in the gym, I was doing lateral pulls, and there was a snap. I could hear a very, feeble sound, but something snapped, and I didn't think much of it. Came back to my apartment. It was snowing. It was in New York City. And I thought, nothing much of it. Came back to my apartment, sat down on the floor, uh, got a drink, turned on the TV, watched like, I think Seinfeld or whatever, it runs for half an hour. And then after half an hour, I just couldn't get up. The pain was so bad, I could barely even, get myself off the ground. But anyway, somehow I got up, got a painkiller, called one of my friends, prayed something, slept. Next morning, I went to the doctor. The doctor told me, well, it's some kind of a spasm, muscle pull, gave me a couple of medicines, said, come back next week. Went back next week, no change in that. The week after that, weeks turned into months. They, started getting me to neurologists, to chiropractors, to all kinds of therapies. I mean, you basically name it, you were just going for the therapy. So over and above the insurance, I ended up paying a few $1,000s as well. But the pain just kept getting worse.
And
So
all kind of modern medical
yeah. I mean,
study.
I was more American than American. So I don't think that was even a question. I was like completely, I mean, this has got to be done. If modern science and medicine can't take care of this, nobody else can. But forget taking care of it or, curing my pain. They weren't even able to diagnose what the problem was. And, so weeks turned into months, months turned into years. After about 4.5, 5 years, I came back on one of my regular trips, and my father at that time said, you've tried everything. Why don't you, go to the Vedji over here, very close to where we used to live? And he said, but he just sees people in person. You can't, call him. And of course, the cell phones weren't that widely available at that time. I used to have a cell phone and pager and everything, but so I got there early in the morning. So he starts from 7:30, and this is Dehradun. So Dehradun was like extremely cold. December time, it's very, very cold. You can't just like walk in at 7:30, definitely not. It was also raining, I think, at that time. So there was about uh 10, 12 meters from where I parked my car across the road, because it's a small street, and his clinic, he's literally sitting there with the door open. He's looking at the car being parked. He saw me get off the car, so with a lot of pain. And then as I walk towards him, he's observing me. And then when I cross his door, so he must be about 4 or 5 meters inside, and he just nods his like does like this, what happened. And I told him, tell him the entire story in those 3, 4 meters that I'm walking to those. And then he motions to me, I sit down. By the time I sit down, I finish the story. He holds my arm and he presses a few nerves. Then he, points at something, and he says, okay, now get up. And I got up, but the pain was gone. I was, bowled over. I just didn't know what to say. I thanked him profusely, did a Sastanga
Just like that, it's gone.
just like that. And I asked him
After 6 years,
after 5 years.
5
And
years.
I asked him, what did you? He's like, this is just Nadi Parikshan. What did he charge? 5 rupees at that time. This is Seva. So there is no reason for me to believe that, they were pulling some kind of tricks or whatnot. I mean, and he told me what it was. It's essentially Nadi Parikshan. Once you do Nadi Parikshan, and once you understand what the Prana Vayu, Apana Vayu, once you understand the Vayus, then you start to go deeper and understand, okay, how did he even know this? This is why I've given the chapter on the entire nadis, the 72,000 nadis that culminate in your Nabhi, in the navel chakra, in the Manipura chakra. That's essentially the 72,000 gopikas, and Sri Krishna is the male, right? So I've explained that there. The reason I've done this is because Ayurveda is holistic medicine. It is literally looking at the entire cosmos and you as a part of it, not you as separate thing. And it's a lot of slicing and dicing and experimenting, and it's not. So from that, it just flipped me, because you got to go through that kind of a pain when nobody is able to take care of it, and then suddenly within 5 minutes it's gone. Today I'm perfectly normal, right? Back to normal. So again, am I saying that medicine is bad? No, it's not. But there is applicability everywhere. And there are solutions that we can only find in Ayurveda. And I've described a lot of those situations, a lot of those things. And the things that we can definitely only approach medical sciences for. So we need to find a midway. This, at no point I'm saying medicine is bad or science is bad. I'm a big fan of science, big fan of a lot of doctors. There's a lot of innovation that's got in there, but not everything is applied or applicable everywhere. And we need to understand that. But the bigger call is really on understanding and exploring Ayurveda the way it is, not as a subset of medicine, because it is actually a superset. It's much, much bigger and holistic.
Right. So thank you very much. So was I right? So he's a Nari Chikitsak and he's an Ayurvedic practitioner.
He's an Ayurvedic practitioner.
That's
So in 2001, he charged 5 rupees. Today, his son is sitting there. He charges 25 rupees. Exact same shop. But even the chair and the table are the same. I've sent so many people, and people just come back and they say, yeah, it's cured, completely gone. It's, because that is Seva. So I remember once an NDTV journalist asked me, why aren't these guys promoting themselves? And I don't know what to say. I mean, this guy's charging 5 rupees in 2001. He's charging 25 rupees today. The medicine is for free. Where do you think he'll promote himself from? I mean, if you go there, the same wooden chair is what he's sitting on. At most what they're making in a day. Like, if 100 customers walk in, 100 patients walk in, 2,500 rupees. In today's, like 2025, they're making 2,500 rupees a day if 100 people walk in. So the point is, we are comparing false metrics. We're talking about awareness. We're talking about advertising and marketing. US spends $250 billion in marketing, which goes for everything. The reason you're thinking McDonald's food is superior is because there's so much of marketing going into it. And at the same time, you're thinking samosas are causing acidity, because that marketing is not going in over here.